Today I am going to discuss how to design Flappy Bird game using Unity. Let's get into the tutorial. Now let's start a new project and I'm going to name it something like this and select template as 2D, and now I'm going to create them. It may take some time, let's wait for it. It's open. So first of all we need Flappy Bird asset. Let's download it from the asset store. It's connecting with the asset store. The asset store has opened. Let's search for Flappy Bird. Okay, we got the Flappy Bird asset. Let's import. Select import, and I am importing it into assets. Hold on. We are done. It's imported. Now let's minimize the asset window. Yeah, see it's here. Now we can close the asset store. Okay, now let's start it. Select sprites from Flappy Bird asset and select bird hero, and it's of 3 birds as you see. Now make its sprites move to multiple and go to sprite mode. Now you can select bird hero 0 and you can keep it in the hierarchy. By selecting the bird hero, go to window and let's give it some animation. Create it and I'm going to name it idle. Don't forget to keep it in the record mode and add property now from the sprite render and add sprite. And click it, you will be able to see the first and last frame of the bird. You can delete the last frame of the bird and you are with first frame and copy it using Ctrl+C for the purpose, and you can create another new clip and you can name it flap. Keep it in the recording mode and paste the bird that you have already copied, and now change its position to flap. Here the flap position of the bird in the assets in the sprites. Select and drag it to the sprite. Now see your change, it is changed. Now create another clip and name it die. Save it, record and paste the bird here, and you have to change its position to die. Select the bird here too and change it to sprite. Now it's done. You have changed 3 positions. Now you can go to the animator window. From window animation animator. Now we have here 3 states: idle, flap and die. Idle is already triggered from the entry, so no need to trigger. So we are going to trigger flap and die from the parameters. Trigger and naming it flap, and another one I am going to trigger is die. Now I have triggered the parameters. Now we are going to make transactions through idle to flap and flap to die and flap to idle to make the wings move. So we are done with the transactions. Select each transaction and give them conditions. To go to idle to flap, we are triggering flap, and flap to idle also we are giving flap, and flap to die we are giving die, so that its position will be changed to die. And from idle to die we are going to do die. Now let's check it out. And as idle to flap there is no exit time, you can remove it. See, in the game scene the idle position is running When you press flap is moving, and when you press die is working. In this way we have done manual animation. Now let's close the animator window, and now let's make the scene. The bird has gone backside. Select the bird and change its sorting layers front, and we another need is grass. Add grass into it and adjust. Done. Select the bird and give it some rigid body and collider. I'm giving rigid body 2D and its body type is dynamic, and another I'm giving collider, polygon collider. Okay. Now you can select the grass and you can give it box collider, and we're going to edit it. Yes, now we're done. Let's play and see. Yeah, here we go. Yes, we're done. And we want to move the bird up and down. So select the bird and I'm going to give it script. The script is already in the asset, so I'm adding the script bird and I'm giving it some outflows, some 150. Now we can see. Yes, it's perfect. And it's also died and it fall. If you want to control the bird using some keys, just edit the script, and here is the script we go. As we see the control. If input.get mouse button down is 0, here we are controlling it. If you want to control it with key, just give it get key of key code dot. If you want to control it with up arrow, just give it up arrow. Yes. Now let's run this. No issues found. Let's open Unity. Let's see. I'm controlling it with key. So you can change it in this way. And now we are done with the controls. Now we are going to make the scene UI part. As we need score and game over text to be displayed, let's add some text. This is a canvas and the text is outside the canvas. The event system is not required for us, so we can delete it. So the text I'm going to name it as score text, and the message I want is score to be 0. That's the initial. I'm going to change the font to luckiest guy, and I want to make its size some 32.
Awesome.
and its alignment to its center. Now I'm giving alignment. Use Alt while making it. I want to place it at bottom center. Yes. Still you are not able to see because the size of the text is greater than the size of the text box. So I'm giving it to overflow. Yes. You are able to see. You can change the color. If you want some shadow to the text, you can add that component. Some shadow. And you can change this to some 3 and -3. A little bit, not more. Now we are done with scores your text. If you want the message to be displayed like game over, make duplicate of it using Control D, and I'm giving it name game over text, and the message to be displayed is game over. So I give it, and I want its alignment at the top. Use Alt and press top center. If you want its size to be somewhat bigger, I'm giving it somewhat 48. It's out of the canvas, so let's give its position some -25. Yes, it's in. We are done with game over text, and I can make duplicate of score text, and I'm giving it a message like tap R, click to restart. Yes, and I want this message to be displayed down to the game over here. So I'm selecting top center. It's somewhat high. Let's change its position to some 50. Yes, right. As I want this code text to be displayed when the game over text to be displayed, so I'm putting it inside game over text, and I want this game over text to be displayed at the last. So I'm disabling it. Yeah, now I'm going to add some game controls. I'm creating an empty object and gaming a game controller, and make the position 0 so that at the starting it will start controlling. And to the game controller I'm adding a component game control, and I'm inserting this game over text. Just drag it and put it here, and this code text to be inside. Now let's see. Just done with the ear part. Now we want the bird to move. Actually the bird doesn't move, the objects, the background, the grass moves. So let's make the grass to move, and I'm naming it grass. And I want to add some components like reset body. Actually if we add reset body it falls down, but I'm changing its type to kinematic, so only when we add force in the code it will move. And now we want to make duplicate for repeating it. So Control D, obviously, and it's obviously one on one. Let's move forward to the next. See its size. Just copy its size and paste it in the position of X. Yes, it's done. Now we want to repeat the. I'm creating an empty object. I'm going to name it scenery. I'm selecting this grass and duplicate of the grass and inserting it inside it. Now I want to add some script because I wanted to scroll. Obviously, scrolling script and another one repeating background. Now let's see how it's working. Yeah, it's working fine. It's scrolling. Let's see it is repeating or not. Yeah, it's repeating. Now we have to add columns. Just drag the column and put it here. We want two columns one on one, so make duplicate of it. So I'm making it reverse with 180 degrees rotation. Now I'm putting it somewhat up and the vertical column to somewhat down, giving -5. Yes. Now I'm giving it some position 5 so that it's somewhat forward. And I have to give some components so that like collider, then if it hits, I'm giving polygon collider. And another is, let's put this by creating an object and naming it column and putting both of them inside this. Now I'm going to add script result body and I'm making it kinematic. And I'm going to add box collider so and give it trigger. See, it's here. We are triggering it because I'm placing it in between the colliders, then bird passes to it will get score. As you triggered, see the offset. I'm placing it at 5 so that it's here and I'm giving it size to be some 2. Now it perfectly fitted in that and I'm going to add a script column. Let's see. The column is also not scrolling, so let's add scrolling object script to the column. Let's see. Yes. Now we want repetition of the columns and not in a similar way. We want it in a different places, like some the next column to be a top, second, or bottom. Let's open game controller and add another script, that is column pull. It makes the column and the prefab is not selected, so nothing. Let's add the columns from prefab. Yes, let's see the game. See, we got the columns, but the gap between the first and second is too long. Let's solve it. Just take the column, make the duplicate of it, and make its position 5. Yes, now we are done. Now it's perfectly fine. Okay guys, we have discussed how to design Flappy Bird game in this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm going to discuss how to build and run it in an Android mobile. Okay, thank you guys. If you like the video, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.